Hey, what's up? I'm Chris Abbott, and in this video, we're going to be talking about how to invite someone to church coming up. All right, so there's a lot of hype about church growth and how to invite people to church. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 pitfalls to avoid when you're inviting people to church and what to do instead. Pitfall number 1, systems. Now, James Clear says you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So if you're not happy with the amount of visitors that are coming into your church right now, the problem isn't you, the problem is your systems. So let's talk about what a good system would look like for inviting people to church. Okay, so here's what most churches do, is we invite people to church so that we can do ministry. And it makes sense, right? Like, we got to invite people to church so that we can get them saved, get them baptized, get them plugged into a small group or a serve team. But we invite people to church so that we can do ministry. But see, what you need to do is you need to flip that. And you need to do ministry first and then invite people to church. So when we started doing this with churches about 18 months ago, we've actually seen over 58,000 prayer requests coming in through churches using Facebook ads, and over 6,000 new families plan a visit to their church. All right, so the old model of church growth that people do is direct mail, right? Now, direct mail is old, it's outdated, it's ineffective, and it's super overpriced. In fact, most apartment complexes now put out huge trash bins, literally just for people to throw away all their direct mail in. So that's exactly what happened. You're going out and you're spending $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 on a mailer, and people are putting out giant garbage cans just so the people you paid to read it don't have to. All right? All the apartment complexes just simply got sick of all the direct mail ending up all over the floor because it's garbage. The amount of direct mail that Americans receive has doubled in the last 10 years. So not only is it not effective in getting people there, but people aren't even reading it. So the best way to build a system around reaching people is to use social media and technology so you can show up where people already are. All right, pitfall number 2 is using a marketing approach. Now, this works in the business world, but it doesn't work in the church world, right? Because just using a shotgun, one-size-fits-all approach simply doesn't work. We're a ministry. The church world is different, right? The same type of marketing that's going to work in the business world simply doesn't work in the church world. Basically, what you need to do is you need to remember that this isn't marketing, this is ministry. Okay, so here's what most churches do, is we invite people to church so that we can do ministry, right? And it kind of makes sense. Like, we have to invite people to church so that we can get them saved, get them baptized, get them plugged into a serve team or a small group. But we invite people to church so that we can do ministry. What you need to do is flip that. And you need to do ministry first and then invite people to church. So you're not going out and just doing ministry and then magically hoping that people show up a few months later. It can all be part of the same conversation. But when you lead with ministry instead of marketing, it completely changes the nature of the relationship. For example, if you were to run a Facebook ad that said, "How can I pray for you this week?" Right? Instead of an invite ad that's just saying, "Hey, what's up? My name is Pastor Chris. Do you want to come to church this Sunday?" Right? That's the marketing model. But the ministry model would say, "Hey, what's up? My name's Pastor Chris. How can I pray for you this week?" By taking more of a ministry approach instead of a marketing approach, you're going to connect with people and create a personal connection with them and build relationship equity first. Then, at the end of the conversation, you can still invite them out to church, but it's positioned completely different, right? So now you've actually taken time, you've built relationship equity by leading with ministry, and then when you turn around and invite them to church, you're going to have a much higher percentage of people say yes, because now it's the power of a personal invite. All right, and finally, pitfall number 3, ignoring innovation. So back in 1992, when my pastor first started our church, the way he tells the story is he says, "I just didn't know any better." So on Friday and Saturday nights, he would go out to the gas station down the street and he would pump people's gas. And while he was pumping their gas, he'd literally just say, "Hey, so how can I pray for you?" People would say, "Well, my marriage kind of sucks," right? And so as he was continuing to do this and praying for 200 or 300 people every single weekend, some of those people started asking, "Hey man, why are you doing this? Do you work for the gas station?" And he'd say, "No, I pastor the church up the street." And some of them said, "Well, what time's church on Sunday?" And so because of that, because he was doing so much ministry at scale, I mean, imagine if you were praying for 200 or 300 people at a gas station every single weekend, some of those people are going to actually show up on Sunday. And it all becomes part of the same conversation, but he wasn't out there handing out invite cards or bring invitations or handing out tracts and trying to witness to people and inviting them out to church. He was out there giving away ministry. See, he flipped it, and he was giving ministry first and then inviting people to church, and that's what changed the game. In fact, the church grew so fast that he ended up getting featured on MTV and a feature story in Rolling Stone magazine, back in the 90s when those things were actually still cool. Okay, so we call this the gas station principle. Now, this worked back in 1992, but if you were to try to go out now and pump people's gas and pray for them, then you'd probably get the cops called on you. So what worked then doesn't actually work now, but the gas station principle is still true. So if you used Facebook or Instagram to do exactly what we mentioned in point number 2, and you just ran a simple Facebook ad saying, hey, how can I pray for you? This is a simple way to apply the gas station principle to what's actually working now, instead of ignoring innovation and trying to copy what he did back in 1992 and actually going out to a physical gas station and praying for people. Okay, so if you're ready to embrace this ministry, not marketing mindset, go check out my other video, How to Invite Someone to Church, on Facebook. See you soon.